All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Dave Cave and the Heartland Championship Wrestling broadcast. Brought to you by the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It's a Wednesday night. YouTube is quiet as RJL518 is celebrating the All-Star break for his current 1976 replay. And Dave Gardner just finished up some hockey. So I thought I would jump on the channel and bring you all some action from Heartland Championship Wrestling as we say hello to Thomas Morgan in the chat room. It is a Wednesday night house show in Seattle featuring the superstars of West Coast Championship Wrestling. This territory includes mostly independent stars, Ring of Honor, and other independent and some of the old school independent style wrestlers. And we have 3 matches for the channel tonight, which will feature in the main event a match for the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship, which is the secondary title here in West Coast Championship Wrestling. The current champion is Shane Douglas, and he will defend the title tonight against Juventud Guerrera in our main event. But to kick things off, we have Keith Lee in the ring to take on Nova. Keith Lee, well known to folks who follow Ring of Honor and also to folks who follow NXT and now WWE, as he has made it up to the main roster, has Keith Lee. Supernova was well known back in the ECW days as part of the Blue World Order, along with Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie. Supernova also had a brief run in the World Wrestling Federation under the name of Simon Dean, the fitness guru, who was constantly peddling protein powder and that sort of thing to his fellow wrestlers, and had a cup of coffee in the big leagues and a nice career. But Keith Lee is certainly going to be the favorite in this match, as these two look to move up the ranks in singles competition, perhaps to one day gain a title match against the current West Coast Heavyweight Champion Bryan Danielson. So it is Supernova and Limitless Keith Lee in the ring to start things off, and the opening initiative roll is tied, and that will take us to our Face to the Mat Chaos book for some Chaos action. And we will go to wild card results in ring matches, and since that was an even roll, it will be Nova rolling on the wild card chart, and he rolls a 44. Is Nova helped? Nova does not have any tag team partners or allies, so we will go with a choice wrestler makes an unscheduled appearance in the ring to aid the opponent. The opponent scores blank number of points. So we'll start Keith Lee off on level 2 offense, and we'll have to give some thought as to who might come to his aid in mysterious fashion, whether it be a rival of Supernova or perhaps an ally of Keith Lee. Keith Lee has been pretty much on his own. Nova is loosely affiliated with some ECW superstars, and we had a match earlier in the card where Just Incredible lost to Too Cold Scorpio. So we'll throw Scorpio in there as the ally who helped out Keith Lee, and perhaps that will lead to some fireworks later on, as guys from the opening match with some ECW ties came in to foul things up for Supernova, and it will be Keith Lee starting on level 2 offense, as we say good evening to Big Polly. And now it is Lee with the choice D maneuver, the Meteor, and he is going to need a roll of 10 or lower to connect on that for a level 3 move, and he gets it. And Supernova is down quickly, so the interference pays off on behalf of Keith Lee, as Lee puts Nova down early in the match, and Lee follows that up with a German salt suplex. Hard High impact maneuver dumps Nova down to the mat. Lee follows that up with a slingshot cross body block. And Nova is still hurt. Supernova giving away over 100 pounds in this match in about 5 inches. And Lee asserting himself from the beginning. He's going to try that meteor move again. And again he connects. And this time Nova goes down and stays down. Go Nova go, says Thomas Morgan in the chat room. He has got a thing for the underdogs. As another big German salt suplex by Keith Lee puts Nova back down onto the canvas. And now Lee is going to go for the Spirit Bomb finisher. And he slams Nova down hard to the canvas. The pin roll here is 4 or lower. But on a roll of 11, Nova gets his foot under the bottom rope and the match will continue. Nova has taken a beating here in the early going. And Lee follows that up with the ground zero. Down hard to the mat once again. Another pin roll here, once again 4 or lower. And on a roll of 5, Nova just got out. He is starting to feel the pain as Keith Lee is dominating this match from the get-go with the assist from Too Cold Scorpio. And now another Spirit Bomb by Keith Lee. Down to the canvas hard again goes Supernova. That's another pin attempt. The pin roll is 6 or lower, and on a roll of 7, Nova just gets out. Nova is hanging on for dear life. He has not yet got an offensive move off, but he is showing some resiliency, and it's only making his situation worse. As now a Hurricane Rana from Keith Lee is attempted, but Nova sidesteps that attempt, and it is Nova with a clothesline that doesn't faze Keith Lee. Lee still standing on all 6 foot 3 inches high and looking down at Nova like he just gotten bit by a skeeter. Nova follows that up with an attempted reverse atomic drop. That is a power move, and that is going nowhere against the big man Keith Lee. And Lee comes back with the final flash. Nova again ducks out of the way of that one. Level 1 reversal. And Nova with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Keith Lee. And on a roll of 8, it is Nova with a running back elbow that knocks Keith Lee off balance. Come on, Nova, says Thomas Morgan in the chat room. Sledge-o-matic by Nova. Lee still on his feet. Another Sledge-o-magic. Lee goes down, and Nova quickly goes for the cover. He's going to need Snake Eyes to pull this one off, and on a roll of 10, that ain't even close. Lee kicks out of that with authority, and the match continues, but Nova has the offense going, and now Nova is going to go for the death jump. That's one area where he has the advantage over Lee, is with his agility, and he's going to go to the air. And on a roll of 7, he connects with a flying clothesline off the top rope and puts Lee back down onto the canvas. Fans in Seattle here are behind Supernova to see if he can pull the upset as he goes up to the top rope for another death jump. And on a roll of 8, he hits the missile dropkick and puts Lee back down on his back. And here comes the Novocaine. That's Supernova's finishing move. On a 2 or a 3, we're going to have a pinfall here, but on a roll of 11, Lee kicks out again. Lee is nowhere close to being pinned, but he's got to do something to put an end to this high-speed flurry by Nova. As Nova comes back with a second Novocaine. Now the pin roll is 4 or lower, but on a roll of 10, that ain't going to happen. Nova's still in control, and Nova goes with a senton bomb. Lee finally gets to his feet very slowly as Nova comes back with a jumping spin kick. Lee is staggered once again. Nova follows that up with a corner head scissors. And he's going to follow that up with an attempt at a standing drop kick. And on a roll of 3, he got it. And Lee now is on his feet. As another clothesline from Nova has no impact, and Lee is finally going to fire back. And oh, he is going to fire back with a side headlock. He pulls Nova into the side headlock and follows that up with grinding on that headlock further, trying to take Nova down to the canvas. Slow the action down and maybe catch your breath as Lee continues to work that side headlock. And finally now a clothesline from Lee takes Nova down to the canvas. Lee back in control. Follows that up with a spin kick. Nicely done. Nova staggered. Lee comes back with a whip to the ropes. Nova comes off the ropes. And on a roll of 9, it is a big collision in the center of the ring between Lee and Nova. Lee, of course, the stronger of the two men, gets the better of that collision and follows that up with another final flash. Nova doesn't want to go down yet, but here is another meteor from Lee. And on a roll of 7, he nails it. And Nova is staggered. Lee comes back with another spin kick. Didn't get all of that one. And Nova is going to fire back with a clothesline. Lee returns fire and grabs Nova by the arm, whip to the turnbuckle. Off the turnbuckle comes Nova. And a big kick from Lee stuns Nova. And Nova staggers backward. Another spin kick from Lee. And Nova is stunned. Lee follows that up with the final flash. Nova still on his feet. Lee with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Nova. And another big collision in the center of the ring. And down goes Nova once again. And now Lee with a standing belly to belly. But Nova slips out of the back door from that one. And comes back with another clothesline. Lee off balance after missing that maneuver. And attempted bulldog by Nova gets him down. Didn't get all of that one. Lee back up to hands and knees, but here is another sledge-o-matic by Nova. And Nova has got the momentum once again. Jumping spin kick from Supernova. And Lee follows that up, and Lee grabs Nova into a side headlock, trying to slow down that momentum and grind this one back down to the mat. Spin kick from Lee. But now it's Nova with a whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Keith Lee. And on a roll of 2, it is Nova who tries the sunset flip, but he cannot get Lee down. Lee falls over on top of him, folds him up for the pin attempt. On a 6 or lower, Nova is pinned, but on a roll of 11, Nova just managed to get that left shoulder out of there. Lee came down full body weight. A little bit off balance allowed Nova to escape. And what's Lee going to do now? He's going to pitch Nova out of the ring. And this is not where Nova wants to do combat. And on a roll of 10, what is going to happen here? It is Nova going out of the ring. Lee follows behind and comes at Nova with a foreign object. This will be a disqualification, roll 5 or lower. But Lee will not be disqualified as he slugs Nova with the foreign object. And now it is going to be Lee going up for a possible doom salt. And on a roll of 8, he nails the doom salt. That is a big, big man to be doing somersaults off the top rope. Lee is going to follow that up with a second doom salt. And on a roll of 5, this time it is Nova who gets out of the way. And Lee crashes down to the canvas. Lee misses the doom salt. Nova now has the opportunity. He's going to go for that Novocaine once again. The pin roll is on a 5 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Lee kicks out. Keith Lee just has too much size and strength and momentum, but Nova's not giving up yet. He goes for the Novocaine again. This time the pin roll is a 6 or lower, and on a 12, Lee kicks out again. Neither man wants to lose this match as they are both giving it their all and leaving it in the center of the ring. Nova will not send Lee out of the ring. He knows that's a bad idea. Instead, he's going to go for the leg drop. Lee gets to his feet and Lee fires back. He tries the drop kick, but Nova gets out of the way of that one, and Nova takes control once again. Nova with a bulldog takes Lee down to the canvas. Both men slow to get to their feet, and once again Lee is going to go back to that side headlock to try and slow down the pace here. Wearing down on Nova, and Nova wants to retaliate, and Nova is going to go for the whip to the, he is going to go for the standing drop kick. And on a roll of 6, he connects on the standing drop kick, but Lee is not at all fazed by that, and Lee now takes control. Lee comes back with another meteor, another big flying body slam. Oh, but he missed that one. And that is going to open the door for Nova to once again take control. Nova with a standing drop kick connects. And this time Lee goes down to the canvas. Big men doing somersaults. Yikes. But here is Nova in control once again. Senton Bomb, and he crashes down on top of Keith Lee. And now the Kryptonite Crunch from Nova. He's going to go for the cover. The pinfall now is 7 or lower. And on a roll of 6, he got him. An upset. Ladies and gentlemen, Supernova uses the Kryptonite Crunch to pin Keith Lee and shock the world here in Seattle. The fans are going crazy. And Keith Lee is going crazy. He cannot believe he lost that match against Nova. But Nova is your winner in tonight's contest. As we take a moment here to record that in the archives, as it is Supernova. I'm typing this into my my OneNote instead of taking notes. Impromptu match here. Supernova had 4 fatigue tokens, but he pins Keith Lee, shocking the world after a Kryptonite Crunch. Oh my goodness, goodness gracious. Your winner, shocking the world, is Supernova. And that is going to knock Keith Lee down a peg or two on the in the rankings of challengers to the West Coast Heavyweight Championship. And Nova has just gained some new fans here in Seattle as Quiet Riot's Mental Health plays as Supernova leaves the ring to the cheers of BWO, BWO, BWO. All right, next up, fans, we have more action from the tag team division. I do need a manager card for this this event, as manager VEDA Scott is bringing her team to ringside. And her team is the Alpha Dogs, Brodie Lee and Eddie Kingston. And they are looking to climb the ranks of the tag team division and hopefully earn a shot at the reigning champions, the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay out of Sandy Fork, Delaware. But they're going to have some interesting competition tonight in the team of the former Kurt Hawkins and the former Zack Ryder, now known by their real-life names of Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. These guys were both criminally underused in their WWE runs and have made their way to the independent circuit, joined forces as a tag team. And they are going to be the opposition tonight for the Alpha Dogs. The winner of this match will earn a #1 contenders match with the possibility of a title shot if they can win this match. They can think about this as like a semifinal or a Final Four match. We've got this match, and then on Saturday there will be a match between the team of Teddy Hart and Davey Boy Smith Jr. and the team of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. So those are kind of your Final Four in line for the title shot. Tonight's winner will take on Saturday's winner with a title match on the line. So here we go. It is Myers and Cardona against Brodie Lee and Eddie Kingston. Brodie Lee, may he rest in peace, delightful man who unfortunately lost his life in December of 2020 as a result of idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis. It will be Eddie Kingston to start things off for his team against Matt Cardona. As we get things set up for tag team action here, each team will have 2 opportunities to interfere, and that will include any shenanigans that VEDA Scott may have in mind. But now we're ready to get things started, and once again we have got a mayhem roll, doubles on the opening roll, meaning we go back to the Face to the Mat book, this time in tag team. And this time, since the roll is odd, it will be Eddie Kingston going to the wild card chart, brought to you by Play.com and Face to the Mat Wrestling. So, on a roll of 5-4, Eddie Kingston in the ring. Is he quick? No, he is not quick. So what is going to happen here? Referee disallows a tag. Opponent continues to thrash wrestler. Opponent scores 1 point. So some confusion there at the outset of the match. Allows the quicker man Cardona to take control, and he will start things off here in this match. Cardona takes advantage of his quickness advantage, and he is going to go for a jawbreaker, but that's a power move, and Kingston has the power advantage, so the jawbreaker is unsuccessful, and Kingston is just going to go choke Cardona down with his boot. The boot choke applied by Eddie Kingston. The referee puts on the count. Kingston couldn't care less, and instead it will be Kingston with the forearm smash across the chest of Cardona as Cardona staggers to his feet. And now the boot choke once again on Cardona, and Cardona goes down. Kingston just having a little fun at the expense of Cardona. What's he going to do now? Whip to the ropes. Off the ropes comes Matt Cardona, and on a roll of 7, it is a running back elbow from Kingston that puts Cardona back down to the canvas. Kingston now will tag in Brodie Lee, and we're going to get some double team action going here. And on a roll of 5, it is a bone-crunching double clothesline that takes Cardona down to the mat. That was a punishing move by these two big monsters, Eddie Kingston and Brodie Lee. Lee now in control. Lee with a Brodie bomb, and down hard goes Cardona. Cardona felt that one, as Brodie Lee follows that up with a big black hole slam. And this time Cardona goes down and stays down. The Alpha Dogs having some fun at the expense of Matt Cardona to begin this match. And now another Brodie bomb takes Cardona back down to the canvas again. Cardona has been cut off. He cannot get across the ring to tag his partner. And now we're going to see a tag from the Alpha Dogs and another double team move. And this time it is a running forearm smash as Lee holds Cardona and Kingston smashes him with a forearm, and Kingston takes the ring and takes control. As Thomas Morgan says, let's go Alpha Dogs. Thomas Morgan called the upset in the first match. Maybe he'll call this one correctly. Here is a whip to the ropes from Eddie Kingston. Off the ropes comes Cardona. And this time on a roll of 5, it is Cardona with a flying shoulder tackle that takes Kingston off balance. Cardona will have the opportunity to make an offensive move, and he goes with a leaping clothesline and takes Kingston down to the canvas. Cardona is going to tag in Myers as Kingston is slow to get to his feet. Cardona glad to get out of the ring, and Myers comes in with a flying elbow smash that takes Kingston back down to the canvas. Myers goes for the cover, and Kingston will kick out of that one. But the first fatigue point of the match has been suffered by Eddie Kingston, as Myers and Cardona now seize the momentum. And now it's going to be the double team move, the Long Island Express. That is a +2 finisher. That makes the pin rating a 4 or lower. And on a roll of 10, Kingston easily kicks out of that one. But it is now Cardona in the ring after the double team. Cardona now, what's he going to do? He will not try the pitch out of the ring. He's going to roll up to level 2 and do the flapjack. And down goes Kingston on the flapjack. Cardona's going to go for the cover again. And on a roll of 8, Kingston kicks out of that. But that's 3 fatigue tokens, and VEDA Scott has seen enough. VEDA is going to get involved here. And on a roll of 8, VEDA Scott trips the opponent, and her wrestler gains the momentum against the downed opponent. Kingston will roll on level 1 offense. So VEDA Scott's interference pays off for Kingston. And it is Kingston with a sliding D on Cardona. He's going to go for a cover. And on a roll of 5, Cardona is able to kick out of that. Kingston will tag into Brodie Lee, and Brodie Lee takes over on Matt Cardona, who is down. Lee now with a big boot. That's a huge boot. He wears about a size 15, and Cardona wears that to the side of the head. Brodie Lee goes for the casual pin, and Cardona kicks out of that, but Lee just is having a little fun with the boot on the chest there. What's Lee going to do now? Is he's got Cardona down and at his mercy. He's going to go with a whip into the ring steps. Out of the ring, off of the turnbuckle, and onto the ring steps goes Cardona. And he is stunned by that and slow to get to his feet, as Lee and Kingston are now having fun once again in the center of the ring. Back into the ring comes Cardona, and another big black hole slam takes Cardona back down to the mat. Cardona has taken a lot of punishment in this match and has carried the load for his team, as King is going to follow that up with a package pile driver, and Cardona is stunned. Cardona to his feet slowly, and now another black hole slam on Cardona, as Brodie Lee is just overpowering his opponent here. Lee now with another Brodie bomb, and Cardona goes down. Lee with another whip to the turnbuckle. This time Cardona hits the turnbuckle hard and slumps down to the canvas. He is a mess. Another whip by Lee, and this time another big boot by Brodie Lee as Cardona bounces off the turnbuckle. Lee goes for the cover once again. The pin rating is 4 or lower, and on a roll of 9 he kicks out of that one. But Cardona is in some trouble here as Lee is in control, and Eddie Kingston slowly recuperates at ringside. Another big boot from Brodie Lee. Here's the cover. The pin roll is 5 or lower, so Myers is going to try the pin save. On a roll of 8, the pin save is cut off. And on a roll of 5, we have a pin. Matt Cardona just took all kinds of abuse from the Alpha Dogs here tonight. And after a big boot from Brodie Lee pins Matt Cardona. And the Alpha Dogs move on in the tag team ranks one step closer to a title match. Myers and Cardona had a few opportunities there, but really it was the big, powerful Alpha Dogs who dominated this one, and they are your winners in tonight's semi-main event as VEDA Lee celebrates with her men, Brodie Lee and Eddie Kingston. And the stat keeper busily records the results of the match in the match log. The Alpha Dogs, Brodie Lee and Eddie Kingston. And Kingston had 3 fatigue tokens with Veda Scott defeated Brian Myers and Matt Cardona when Lee pinned Cardona with a big boot. And that is a big boot. Brodie Lee, a massive man. Once again, may he rest in peace. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for our main event of the evening. It is for the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship, as Thomas Morgan proudly proclaims that he is 2 for 2, calling the results here tonight, and indeed he is correct. The Hollywood Heavyweight Championship is your secondary title here on the West Coast. Shane Douglas holds that belt proudly, and he will face a very athletic challenger tonight in Juventud Guerrera. Guerrera has been kind of a surprise dark horse in the West Coast Championship Wrestling. Guerrera had a rivalry with Rob Van Dam, and much to the surprise of the West Coast Championship Wrestling fans, Juventud Guerrera defeated Rob Van Dam at the most recent Heartland pay-per-view. And by virtue of that victory, West Coast Championship Wrestling Commissioner SoCal Val awarded him a shot at the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship. Shane Douglas is ready and waiting to take on Juventud here tonight and proudly defend that belt that he carries with such great esteem. And we are ready for action here as Shane Douglas and Juventud Guerrera are ready to throw down in tonight's main event. And for the first time tonight, we have a decisive roll on the opening initiative roll. And it is Juventud who will take control. Can Juventud pull another upset here and come away with a gold belt for his efforts? Juventud with a waist lock. Douglas on his feet, tries to go behind and escape. And Juventud is going to go for the reverse monkey flip out of that move. And on a roll of 7, he gets Shane up and over, and down to the mat goes Shane. Juventud in control. Juventud with a slingshot guillotine leg drop down across the neck of Douglas, and he got a good one on that one. And Juventud quickly takes control, and he is going to go for the whip out of the ring. Out of the ring goes Shane Douglas, and Juventud will be permitted to try the suicide dive roll. I only use this in independent matches, as the suicide dive is a relatively new phenomenon. You didn't see a lot of that out of the likes of Bob Backlund or Ric Flair or some of the old school performers that we use, but here in West Coast Championship Wrestling, the suicide dive chart is fair play. And on a roll of 6, Juventud is going to be able to execute the suicide dive. And on a roll of 6 on the suicide dive chart, you subtract 3 for Juvi's agility, and Juventud leaps off the top rope with a plancha, crushing the opponent against the floor. Opponent adds 1 to their pin rating. You toss them back in the ring and continue your assault. So right away, Juventud whips Shane Douglas out of the ring and nails him with a slingshot plancha on the arena floor. Juventud is quickly in control. This match, Thomas Morgan, you may want to revise your predictions. All Hollywood Heavyweight Championship matches are no disqualification. So there will be no DQ in this match. So I'll give you a chance to revisit that prediction, as Juventud is now in control. And Juvi is going to go air Juvi. And he got Shane Douglas with that one. Douglas slow to get to his feet. A springboard drop kick from Juventud, and down goes Douglas once again. Juvi has got the momentum here, and Juvi is going to follow that up with an attempt at a Northern Lights suplex. That is a choice roll, and he is going to need a 7 or lower to connect with the Northern Lights suplex. And on a roll of 5, he got him up and over. And Douglas is down, and he is leaving the ring. Shane Douglas leaving the ring. Can Juvi get over there in time for a suicide dive? On a roll of 11, he cannot. And so we're going to go to the standard out of the ring chart. And on a roll of 8, it is Douglas who is going to have to make the helpless crawl to get back into the ring ahead of the 10 count. So the way that works is I don't let the Agile wrestlers use the suicide dive chart every time, because that would make this chart way too powerful. But if the opponent is out of the ring, you have a roll of 2 to 6. And on 2 to 6, you go to the chart. On higher than 6, you go to the standard out of the ring chart. So using the out of the ring chart, Douglas crawls back into the ring helplessly, where Juventud is ready to take control. And this time, Juvi is going to go for the 450. We'll see if he gets all of that one. The pin roll here is a 3 or less, and on a roll of 7, Douglas gets out of that one, but he does take the 450 splash. He manages to kick out. It's a bit early in the match for a 0 finisher to have an impact. Juvi now with a Juvi driver, and down goes Douglas again. Juventud has all the momentum, and Shane Douglas has got to come up with something here. Air Juvi, and here's a cover. The pin is 4 or lower, but on a roll of 11, Douglas kicks out. Douglas showing noticeable signs of fatigue here as Juvi stays on the offense. Juvi's going to go for the death jump. But on a roll of 7, it is a flying clothesline off the top rope that takes Shane Douglas back down to the canvas once again. Douglas has no answers for Juventud, as Juventud is going to go for another death jump. But this time on a roll of 6, it is Douglas who gets to his feet, and Douglas grabs Juventud off of the top turnbuckle and slams him down to the canvas hard. Down goes Juve as Douglas finally picks his spot to take over the momentum. And Douglas is going to go to the top rope now with a Pittsburgh plunge. He goes for the cover. The pin roll is only a 4, and on a roll of 9, Juve kicks out of that one. But Douglas attempting to exact some revenge here and regain the momentum in this match and maybe hold on to his title here tonight as he goes for the Pittsburgh plunge a second time. Now the pin roll is 5 or lower, and on a roll of 6, he almost got him. Almost got him after that second Pittsburgh plunge. What's Douglas going to do now? He's going to go to his big finisher, the belly-to-belly suplex, up, over, and down to the canvas hard. The pin roll now is 7 or lower, and on a roll of 10, Juventud just got his leg over the bottom rope. Oh my goodness gracious. This is going back and forth and back and forth. Douglas now in control after surviving that opening flurry by Juventud. And Douglas now is going to go back to the Pittsburgh plunge. 0 finisher. Pin roll 7 or lower. And on a roll of 7, he got it. That was a fast-paced match. But after multiple back and forth flurries, it is Shane Douglas on the 3rd connection with the Pittsburgh plunge who finally puts away Juventud Guerrera to retain the Hollywood Heavyweight Championship in tonight's main event. Thomas Morgan 3 for 3 on the predictions here tonight, as once again he has picked a winner, and that winner and still Hollywood Heavyweight Champion out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, this man Shane Douglas is your winner in tonight's main event. All right, so that should be it for tonight's action. Just thought I would jump onto the channel quickly since it was a quiet night, and had a good time. Not exactly pay-per-view quality action in tonight's matches, but got to see a few guys on the channel that you wouldn't ordinarily get to see. And thank you to everybody who came out tonight. Tribe Fan 879, Thomas Morgan, the prognosticator himself, Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims. I believe Dave Gardner stopped by for a cameo. So thank you to everybody who came by to check out tonight's Heartland Championship Wrestling action. We will be back on Friday night with Epic Basketball League 1971-72 Finals, Game 2, with the Los Angeles Lakers and Wilt Chamberlain playing host to the Chicago Bulls. Until then, fans, thank you for joining us here tonight. Give us a like on your way out of the arena. That's our stream, and I am out of here.